Bills Mafia. Before we jump into today's massive update, let me start by saying this. Your Buffalo Bills continue to push, continue to grind, and continue to improve every single week. This team is chasing greatness, chasing results, and chasing a postseason breakthrough that this city deserves. You can feel the urgency, you can feel the focus, and right now, every detail matters as we head into Week 17. So if you love this kind of deep Bills coverage, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment to help this channel keep growing. Let's get into it, because we've got breaking injury updates on Josh Allen and a fascinating Cook versus Cook comparison that's taking the league by storm. And just a quick reminder, for anyone looking for official Bills gear, whether it's a Josh Allen jersey, hoodies, hats, or new releases, I left the link to the official Fanatic store in the description and comment. It updates every day with fresh items, and grabbing your gear through that link also helps support the channel. The Buffalo Bills revealed their latest injury update heading into Sunday's heavyweight matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, and here's the headline: No change in Josh Allen's status. Allen continues to be listed with a foot injury, the same one he suffered last week against the Cleveland Browns. On Wednesday, he was limited during the team's walkthrough. On Thursday, once again, listed as limited. But remember, Thursday wasn't a full practice, so the designation is more of a formality than a real indicator of physical capability. He'll get one more chance on Friday to be marked as a full participant when the official Week 17 injury statuses come out. But here's the key point, and the message Bills fans should hold on to. Josh Allen still plans to play. No hesitation, no drama, no doubt. Sean McDermott spoke about it earlier in the week, describing Allen as day-to-day, but saying straight up that he expects him to be ready on Sunday. The foot issue is painful, yes. It limits him a bit, yes, but it is not something the team believes will hold him out. And that tells you everything you need to know about Josh Allen, the toughness, the leadership, and the understanding of how much this game means for playoff positioning. This all started late in the first half against the Browns. Allen was pressured deep in his own end zone, trying to avoid a safety while Myles Garrett came crashing in. As he escaped, his foot got caught awkwardly, and you could see him immediately reaching down in discomfort. He jogged off to the locker room for x-rays, skipping the medical tent, and fortunately, everything came back negative. Not only did Allen return, but he finished the game and didn't miss a single snap in the second half. The Bills survived that one 23-20 and moved to 11-4 on the season. Bottom line, Allen's playing through pain, but he's playing. This is leadership in real time. Sunday's game at Highmark Stadium is huge for both teams. Buffalo is fighting for playoff seeding and still chasing a potential AFC East title. Philadelphia is battling for position in the NFC. This is one of the biggest interconference games of the year. Buffalo's offense still runs entirely through Josh Allen. His numbers this season are elite: 3,406 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 69.6% completion rate, near top of the league QBR, and over 550 rushing yards to go with 12 rushing touchdowns. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an MVP-level quarterback again. Even with the injury, he is the engine of this team. The Bills need Allen ready. The fans know it, the team knows it, and based on all current information, Allen will be on that field. Across the NFL, analysts are debating one question: who would you rather have in their prime, James Cook or Dalvin Cook? Bills fans will probably say James, Vikings fans will probably say Dalvin. But when you start breaking down the numbers, this debate is a lot tighter than most people expect. Let's go deep into it, because the Cook brothers' careers are running almost in parallel. James is in the middle of the best season of his young career: 1,532 rushing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns, 5.3 yards per carry. He's added huge value in the passing game, and he's delivered explosive play after explosive play. He has 5 games this season with a single play gaining 40-plus yards. That's home run speed, home run vision, and home run instincts. That's exactly what Bills fans have been waiting for since he was drafted. And let's be real, James Cook's production has directly powered Buffalo to 11-plus wins for the 6th straight season.
That matters. Success matters. Impact matters. Now let's look at big brother Dalvin, specifically his 2020 campaign, his best year in the NFL. 1,557 rushing yards, 16 rushing touchdowns, 1,918 scrimmage yards, 17 total TDs, and he did all of that in just 14 games. Dalvin in 2020 was a monster, no way around it. Here's where the debate gets spicy. James has the efficiency edge, 5.3 yards per carry versus Dalvin's 5.0, 9 yards per catch, better explosive play rate, more deep plays per season. Dalvin has the total volume edge, more touches, more touchdowns, more scrimmage yards. James has the impact on winning edge. Dalvin's Vikings went 7-9 in 2020. James's Bills are 11-4 and rolling toward the postseason. Dalvin was more dominant. James is more efficient. And here's the truth Bills fans will love. We're watching James Cook enter his prime, and he's getting better every season. Regardless of which brother you choose in a prime-for-prime comparison, one fact is undeniable. Dalvin Cook and James Cook are one of the greatest RB brother duos the NFL has ever seen. Their production, their explosiveness, and their consistency are unmatched. And for Bills fans, James Cook is doing something even more important. He's carrying the offense alongside Josh Allen during a critical playoff push. This season doesn't happen without him. Bills fans, we're sitting at 11-4, playoff spot locked in, still 2 weeks left in the regular season, and yet this team has done it all without one of its most disruptive forces in the trenches. Ed Oliver has been on injured reserve for most of the year, but according to Joe Buscaglia of The Athletic, the door is open, not guaranteed, but open for a postseason return. Let's break this down. Oliver had a rocky season simply because his body didn't cooperate. When healthy, he looked like the best version of himself. In fact, in Week 1 against the Ravens, he was arguably the best player on the field. Explosive off the snap, dominating his gaps, setting the tone for the Bills' defense that looked like it had taken a major step forward. But then the ankle injury happened in practice, the kind no one expected to linger, yet it cost him 4 full weeks. He returned, fought through it, played 2 more games, and then disaster struck again with a biceps tear in Week 8. That one forced Buffalo to put him on IR, where he's been ever since.
Now, fast forward to today. The Bills sit in the playoff picture with real momentum. The #1 seed? Still on the table, but yeah, a long shot. More realistically, it looks like Buffalo will finish second in the AFC East behind the Patriots, ending their 5-year reign on top of the division. That means one thing, a wild card road game. And according to reports, that wild card weekend is the earliest we could see Oliver back on the field. And here's the thing, even though he's only played 108 snaps this season, those snaps were elite. We're talking 12 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 5 quarterback hits, 3 sacks, and a Pro Football Focus grade of 90.4 against the run, the highest mark of his entire career. That's not normal production, that's game-changing production. But without him, the cracks have shown. Buffalo has given up the 3rd most rushing yards in the NFL this season. The Browns ran for 160 on them last week. Even when the Bills win, the opposing ground attack has been the storyline way too often. This is where Oliver's impact becomes clear. His ability to win inside, reset the line of scrimmage, collapse pockets, and erase cutback lanes is something this defense simply can't duplicate with the current group. And listen, Daquan Jones has been outstanding. Rookie Deone Walker has flashed legitimate long-term potential. TJ Sanders is developing. The veterans, Larry Ogunjobi, Jordan Phillips, Infidiari, Mathis, have all taken turns trying to plug in. But we all know the truth. None of them are Ed Oliver. Ogunjobi has been the biggest disappointment. After signing his 1-year, $8.3 million deal, his tenure started with a 6-game PED suspension. Since returning, he hasn't moved the needle. In fact, Sean McDermott made him a healthy scratch in Week 16, something you almost never see for a veteran with that price tag. Whether or not he stays benched this Sunday is still unclear, but either way, with or without him, this Bills defense is staring down a brutal 2-game stretch.
the Eagles with Saquon Barkley, and then the Jets in Week 18. Two teams built to test the Bills exactly where they're most vulnerable. And that's what makes this update so important. If Ed Oliver comes back, even at 85 or 90%, the entire identity of this defense changes. His presence shifts how opposing offensive lines have to block. It changes how linebackers flow. It opens up lanes for the edge rushers. It stabilizes the run defense. And most importantly, it gives Buffalo a fighting chance in January. Because let's be honest, this AFC playoff picture is filled with run-heavy, smash-mouth teams. Baltimore, Cleveland, Kansas City with Pacheco, Miami with A-Chain and Mostert, Houston with their physical front. You need big, violent interior play to survive that gauntlet. And a healthy Ed Oliver? That's exactly the kind of piece that can flip a playoff game. Bills fans, think about it. This team has stayed afloat, battled through adversity, and won 11 games without one of their best defensive players. Add him back into the rotation, and suddenly Buffalo becomes a much more complete playoff threat. Now, the staff is being careful. Nobody inside the building wants to rush him back, but the tone around the team is different than it was a few weeks ago. There's optimism. There's a sense that the door is open. There's a belief that Oliver might be back when the lights shine brightest. And you can feel it. The team misses his physicality, his energy, his penetration. They miss the way he blows up plays before they start. They miss the chaos he brings. Getting him back would be huge. Getting him back for wildcard weekend? Season-altering. We've got a massive game coming up against the Eagles. Josh Allen fighting through injury. The Bills sitting at 11-5, and James Cook playing like an all-pro. So now I want to hear from you. Should Josh Allen sit out to rest, or is it the right call to play through the foot injury? Who are you taking in their prime, James Cook or Dalvin Cook? And what's your confidence level going into this showdown with Philadelphia? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one of them and love hearing your takes. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Breaking Bills update. All right, Bills Mafia, that's today's update. And if you want to rep Buffalo with official gear, hit the link below and check out the new releases. This team is improving every week. This team is locked in. And this team is not done yet. Go Bills!